Hello there YouTube, Lee Master here with another video review. This time it's going to be of the first of its kind, the hyperfunction LBX Achilles NAX00 from the Dan Ball Senki series, LBX kits, all that goodness. Now then, this is the first of its kind as far as I know, as far as this recording is. But it's essentially the LBX kits that I have reviewed in the past, but far more detailed, far more articulation, and just master grade versions, I guess. Not in terms of size, but in terms of detail and what you get with the kit. But this is its inner frame, sort of. Its inner skeleton, if you will. And it's called the core skeleton. It's all in one straight color of this nice ABS plastic right here. It's supposed to be two-toned, as you can see through this picture. But yeah, you don't mind it, because all that is going to get covered up with armor anyway. But this is a really neat thing. It's a complete inner skeleton right here, even the head. It's got some stickers on it, just two eyes, and then there's a yellow and black striped decal that goes on here. It actually comes off of the blue decal sheet that you come along with it. This is the big one. This one is for the Achilles, and the small one is for the AX00. But this is the main skeleton, of course, so to see its articulation. Its head's on a ball joint, so it moves up and down, side to side, and it can rotate. It's got a hinge at the torso, at the neck. So it moves up, can look up pretty good. Its arms are on ball joints that can rotate around and wiggle. His hands can also go out that far, so altogether that high, pretty good. Can rotate below the elbow. It's an ABS joint, it's not a polycap. Can bend two joints to the elbow, very nice. It doesn't have that many polycaps. The shoulder joints, inside the head, and in the hips right there. Those are polycaps, and in the hip right there, and on the feet. But its hands are on ball joints, like I said. They can rotate and wiggle. He's got a torso joint, but it's not very easy to use. You have to kind of pull the joint out a bit. And it can only move forward and side to side very little. And it can rotate that joint. He's got waist articulation. His hips are on ball joints, and they go out that far. Pretty good, considering they're just ball joints. Forward and back, unhindered. Can rotate below the hip. And he's got double jointed knees. You can bend that far at that joint. And that far at that joint. So altogether, nice bend. And the ball joint on the stem is offset, so they can tilt inward, outward a bit, rotate, and move forward and back. So just this core skeleton can get a lot of cool poses in it. It's got great articulation, and it holds together very nice because all the joints, well, most of the joints are ABS. So it holds a nice pose easily, and can be posed easily. Now then, before I show you the Achilles, I'm going to show you the AX00, because that's a really cool thing, and we don't really have an LBX kit of that yet. But to do that, all you have to do, take off the feet, because you're not going to need these for that mode. And this is all you're going to need. Then you bring in all this armor. There's quite a bit. And then you need that, and let me see. Aha. Now then, let's start from the feet up, shall we? Here we get the feet. It's got a nice joint in it. And as you can see, there's an R on this one for right. So I'll put this on the right side. And this one is on the left side. This one on the right side. You put this in the front of the calf, right there. Slots in nice and easy. Then you get another piece to go on the side, on the back. Got another R on it. And these are all decals you get with the kit, so you can put those on, make it look nicer, I suppose. Here's the other side. You put this one on the front, and you know this one goes on the front because it's got the little gray like screw in it, I guess. And you need the right piece for the back. Here it is. and that sandwiches in there, and that's a completed leg versus the skinny leg. And we put that on. It's not that hard to put the armor on. It goes on pretty simply. The worst of it is right here on the calves. Not the calves. The thigh. But it's not that terrible. You see, you get that on there, and you get the feet on, and there you have his pants. Now then, for skirt armor, you get a few pieces of skirt armor. This one, you put a little decal on that, and this one goes on the back. And then another one the same exact size with an AXOO on it. That goes on the front. And then two smaller skirts just go on the side, no decals on those. You could though, you get extras. So his entire lower half is ready. For his top half, we have this piece with a nice screws in the back. Goes over the back. And also, before I close up the chest, I'm going to show you. He does come with a clear red chest piece, but it's more highly detailed than a regular LBX kit. There's no sticker for it, but it still looks really nice. And that goes on, and then you get the chest piece, and that goes on there. And no stickers on the actual kit other than the decals. And this piece, you see there's a little eye on the inside of that, if you can see that. And on the other side, there's a little O. Tell you this one goes on the outside of the arm. And this one is the right arm, so you put that on there. This one goes on the inside. Do the same on the other side. And they just clamp around the arm. And then you get these pieces. They're all the same, so it doesn't matter what you do when you put them on the bicep. And then you get the arms done. Then you just get the shoulders, and they just click onto place. You get hand guards for the arms that go on, and they got that nice blue piece on it. Come on, hold it. There we go. And last but not least, the helmet. And it is just a helmet. It's hollow on the inside. I thought it was just going to be a replacement head that you put on top, but nope, there's a hole in the top of the skull. And you just slide that on, and it pegs in nice and solid, not coming out. And there you go, that's the AX00. Fully armored up, and it looks really, really nice. This thing is really cool. All the articulation is pretty much still there. None of it's hindered, except I guess the torso joint, but that wasn't really useful in the first place. It's got all the joints. Its elbows aren't quite as good as it was beforehand, but you still get the nice double jointed action out of that. His head looks nicer now because it's more proportionate to the body. It was really small when it was just the skeleton, but now it's more proportionate with the rest of it now that it's fully armored. And with the fully armored, you get multiple hands. You get two splayed open hands, and then one hand with a thumb up, and that's used for holding its weapon. You notice they don't have backs on them. This is a slight nitpick, but you need to use the same hand covers for every hand. So if you wanted, say, your left hand to be splayed open, you'd have to take the hand cover off and then put it on the left hand. It's a little troublesome, but it's worth the payoff. And now the extra hands are all plastic, while these ones are two pieces of plastic with a poly cap in the center. That joint right there is a poly cap, while the rest of it's plastic. And for this one, before you put that on, just put his weapon in there, and he gets this, which is a double like fugel stick. I forget how you call it, whatever. But you just put it in there, slap this on. He holds it nice and solid. And he's got two orange stickers on each end of it. And then he holds that nice and secure. And he looks really cool. And to feed it into the other hand, you just have to take off one tip and just feed it through. I prefer the angled hand because it's a little bit more dynamic and you get the thumb up. Or if you don't want that, then you can just do that, and now he's giving you the thumbs up. He's either giving you the thumbs up, or if you prefer, with the open hands, if somebody says a really bad joke, you can facepalm without popping off armor. But and that's it for the AXOO. Really, there's not much else to do with this kit. It's all molded in plastic, so you get the nice blue, the gray, the red, and the yellow in the chest. Even in the head, there's a lot of good color separation in the head. Every single bit that you see is plastic, and you don't see any seam lines. That's another good plus, except right there on the back, but nothing, you know, detrimental. Even that little circle in the center right there, you can see a little bit of red around it. That's plastic from the inside of there. So that is really, really cool. Like I said, all its articulation remains the same. It's even got some shoulder armor movement. Its skirts can move out of the way now. They can just move out and rotate, so no hindrance whatsoever when it has its armor on. This is really cool so far. But we still have one other mode to look at. The Achilles, the main attraction for this kit. So tune in for that one. Catch you all later.